Hi guys, today is July 13th, 2020, and futures are pointing to higher open as hopes of a vaccine being developed soon and optimism about opening the economy is driving the futures. And let's jump to SPY, ETF or S&P 500. I still have these support lines here for SPY, and looks to me that SPY is breaking out, that the market is breaking out higher, and like I said before, that this 339 level for SPY, I think we can take that level pretty soon. So market is going higher, and I'm pretty optimistic about the whole thing. Okay, so let's see what happens, but let's jump to corporate news. Gilead Sciences, and Gilead's gained like 2.1%, 2.4% after saying that remdesivir was associated with 62% reduction in mortality rate. So Gilead in mid 70s is a pretty good buy to me, actually, but I would like to buy it like in the 75 area, but in general, like 75, 76 area is a pretty good buy for Gilead, because I think they will generate sales with remdesivir, and it's a pretty good name recognition after they developed the remdesivir and their vaccine. So I think in 75, 76 area is an interesting buy for Gilead. Okay, Carnival jumped on Friday after saying that it's seeing strong demand for trips in 2021, and also said it can break even at capacity at 30 to 50%, which is pretty interesting to me, because I thought that they need like at least like 75% capacity to break even, but they're saying 30 to 50% capacity is enough for them. To be even, and above that they're making profits. So the Carnival Cruises is higher. I mean, they have a lot of debt, and in general I'm not that optimistic about the cruise lines, and RCL is a better operator in my opinion. Royal Caribbean, out of the three, Norwegian, Carnival Cruises, and Royal Caribbean, I think I would choose RCL. But in general, I'm not that optimistic about cruises. I would be careful with them. Okay, so next company is, let's jump to Airlines. Okay, so Airlines were higher on Friday, and because of the positive news about the treatment, and in general, they're at the mercy of the basically treatment coming out at the market, and looks like treatment is going to be available. The first doses will be available from some of the companies like Moderna and others at the end of the year. And, I'm hoping AstraZeneca and the Regeneron also will come out with the treatment. So airlines are actually investable at this point if you're taking a long-term view. And out of the airlines, I like Delta, and I like LUV, which is Southwest. Okay, so let's jump to another stock, RDFN. So Redfin Corporation. Redfin is the real estate company, and it dropped on Friday after RBC Capital Markets downgraded the stock to sector perform from outperform, citing valuation concerns. I mean, obviously, it had a huge run, like I don't know, 400% from the March lows, and from like $9 to $37 or $43, and it's raising some eyebrows. But a lot of stocks actually had a similar run. And I think on this drop, the Redfin could be bought. As a matter of fact, I think it's a really good real estate company, and I think it's a good opportunity to get into the stock. And I'm pretty sure it's going to drop today at the open, the stock RDFN. So it could be a good opportunity to get into this. Okay, WFC. Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo was actually added to the Evercore ISI tactical outperform list, and analysts was saying that it sees upside after the dividend cut. On a separate note, another analyst, Baird, from Bayer, it upgraded the company, saying that investors are too negative. And indeed, WFC was trading pretty low, in my opinion. I mean, it was trading in $23 range, and it's actually very low. And actually, all the banks are supposed to report earnings. I mean, major banks are supposed to report earnings this week, and we'll see what happens and how much they allocated to this to the virus losses related to the virus losses. And in general, I think WFC is trading at a very low valuation, and I think I would be a buyer for WFC at these prices. My personal favorite is Bank of America, and Bank of America has a much better balance sheet than WFC. And it's not that expensive. I mean, JP Morgan is a very good company, but it's more expensive than, for example, Bank of America. So out of the big banks, Bank of America would be my choice. Okay, so let's jump to Foot Locker. Okay, so Foot Locker rallied on Friday after analysts from Susquehanna upgraded the stock to positive from neutral. And in general, I think it's a pretty good buy here for Foot Locker. And the younger crowd are rushing into the Foot Locker stores with the checks that they're given from the government. So I think FL is a pretty good buy, in my opinion, at these levels. Beyond Meat. Okay, so Beyond Meat shares dropped after Citi initiated the stock with the sell rating, say the competition in the space is getting tougher, and gave price target 12% below the current levels. And I actually disagree with that call, and I think Beyond Meat was under pressure, has been under pressure ever since the report that McDonald's are not putting their items on their menu. But in general, I think Beyond Meat is a leader in the space, and I think the shares may go higher. Okay. Speaking of leader in the space, Tesla. Oh my God, Tesla is in a crazy run recently, and it broke through the 1500 level on Friday, and it's up another 100 or 100 plus points today. Opening at $1,652. Oh my God, this thing is unbelievably on fire, and they said that. They will cancel the cheapest Model Y as its range 230 miles would be too low, and they're also cutting prices for the higher Model Y models. So, but I mean, to me, I don't know. Tesla is just way too high for me to get in right now. I'm holding shares and I'm not selling, but if I'm a new shareholder, it's just way too high for me to get in. And I would like to wait for the Tesla to come down to establish new position if I was a new shareholder. Out of the electric vehicle companies, actually WKH. Workhorse had some news, and it was reported that C-Series all-electric delivery trucks awarded executive order from California Air Resources Board, and the Workhorse shares are higher on these news. And I actually think that's not a bad idea to buy the stock. I would like to buy it lower, of course, than $17. I mean, like $14-15 would be my target to buy Workhorse. But in general, it's an interesting company to be in. Okay, NIO. NIO is another electric company from China, and NIO reported that it was reported that Tencent Holdings Limited increased its stake in NIO from 15.1% to 16.3%. Actually, the same thing as Tesla. NIO shares are trading at a crazy high valuation. I mean, crazy high valuation, and I mean the shares could go higher, but as a new shareholder, I would like the shares to come down before I buy NIO. And I like NIO, and I would like to get in at a lower price for NIO. Out of the electric vehicle stocks, I like actually SHLL. Tortoise Acquisition. As you know, Tortoise Acquisition is acquiring Helion, and they will become one company in, I believe, in September when they were approved. And I think it's a really good opportunity to get into the stock, even at these prices. SHLL. Okay, Disney. Disney was initiated at buy at Goldman Sachs. The analyst was saying that the Wall Street underestimates the profitability of its streaming service. I don't know if I'm not very excited about Disney because the parks are still not open. But in general, I mean, with the possibility of the vaccine being raised at the possibility of the vaccine very high right now at the end of the year, maybe it's not a bad time to buy Disney right now. Okay, PFE. Pfizer and BNTX both said that two of their candidates received a fast track designation status from FDA. Actually, I have heard not such good news about their vaccine. I'm not sure. I mean, they're developing two candidates, but I've heard that they're effective, but there are a lot of side effects associated with their vaccine, like fever and something else. So I would be careful with with these stocks, Pfizer and BNTX. I would rather buy AstraZeneca, AZN. AstraZeneca is a better buy, in my opinion, at this point. Okay, speaking of the vaccine developing stocks, Moderna was initiated at buy by Jeffrey, saying its vaccine candidate could be approved very soon and can generate 5 billion orders in the next several years. And I think it's a pretty good buy for Moderna at these prices. And the last one I'll give you is DGX. Quest Diagnostics reported preliminary second quarter revenue above expectations, and I think it's a pretty good buy at these levels for DGX. Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button, and I'll see you Thursday.